right, we are ready to get started with our weight training class today. You will need at least one set of weights. If you have a heavier and a lighter, go ahead and grab those. Make sure your space is ready. I'm going to do most of our workouts sitting down today. I went to the beach with my kids yesterday and I stepped on a shell and cut the bottom of my foot. So that's just another good example of why you might choose to do a seated workout, whether you have mobility issues or not. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Seated or standing, you're going to start with just swinging your arms side to side, moving through your body, checking in. Couple more here. And then from here, we're going to go straight into our side bends. Nice and big. Reaching through, stretching, bringing a little movement into your side body, into your shoulders, maybe into your hips as well. Beautiful. Couple more here. All right, up next, we're going to move into hip circles if you're standing, nice and big. Or if you're seated, bopping those feet side or knees side to side. Just swinging them back and forth or spinning them around in circles. Again, just bringing a little motion through your body. If you're standing, go the other way. A few more seconds here. Beautiful. And now if you're standing, you're going to take one hand and reach to the opposite foot and then switch sides. If you're seated, you're actually going to do the same thing. You're just going to stick that foot out so you're reaching a little further. Stretching through your hamstrings a little, through your back. Starting to wake everything up. We're going to do 2 more on each side. Beautiful. And then bring everything into stillness. Take your hands and your feet, maybe one foot at a time. Spin them in different directions, move them all around, give them a little wiggle, go the other way. Just bring some motion in there. Beautiful. All right. First up, we have an overhead press with alternating high knees. So this one you might want a little bit heavier weight for. So you're going to do an overhead press, high knee, overhead press, high knee. If you're doing the seated version, same thing. You're just crunching in the chair. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Nice, looking good. So the standing version of this one works your legs a little more. The seated version works your legs some, but it works your core a lot more because you're crunching in as you're pulling that knee in. Halfway done. Nice and steady, looking good. Almost there. 5 more seconds, you got it. And time. Nice work. All right, up next, we have a deadlift with a row. So for the standing version, nice flat back, come down into that deadlift, pause at the bottom, row it out nice and wide, and then come back up. Seated version, same thing. You just don't bend over quite as far. Scooch to the edge of your chair, down, row it up, and back up. 1 minute. Here we go. Now you may choose to turn the dumbbells in case they're bumping into your legs, but you can also do that nice wide row with the dumbbells, with your palms facing back, which changes the work just a little bit through your arms. So make your determination, try it different ways, see what's going to work best for you. You're over halfway there. Almost done. 5 more seconds. And time. Perfect. All right, set those weights down for just a second. And then maybe consider switching to the lighter weights. This is our new exercise. It's called a Tricep Pulse. So for this one, if you're standing, you're still going to be slightly bent over. You don't need to go as far. You're going to bring your hands up behind you, palms facing up, and you're just pulsing your weights up towards the ceiling. You can do this one seated as well. Again, scooch to the edge of your chair. You just got to bring your hands a little wider. Either way, it's going to be good work for your arms. 1 minute. Here we go. Now, these are little pulses, so you don't need to make a whole lot of motion here. And anytime you need to, you let your hands come down to relax and then get right back to it. Halfway done. Take that second to relax your arms and then get back to it. You got this, guys. This is a tough one, but I know you can handle it. 15 seconds to go. If you are finding that this one is a struggle, set the weights down and do it empty hand. You're still working those same muscles. Time. Whew, all right, shake those arms out. And then up next, we have alternating narrow and wide curls with a calf raise. So the standing version, narrow, calf raise, wide, and the wide is only coming out on like a 45-degree angle. So you're not trying to go all the way out to the sides, 45s here. And then another calf raise. Seated is the same thing. Here we go, 1 minute. Let's do it. So we have narrow, calf raise, wide, calf raise. Beautiful. And I'm holding the weights at that 90-degree spot. So I'm keeping the muscles engaged the whole time. I'm not letting my arms go down. Up to you. You can let your arms extend fully. Just don't lock out your elbow. Or you can hold it at that halfway point for that static hold while you're doing your calf raise. Check in with your breathing. Make sure you're still hanging in there. 15 seconds to go. Almost done. And time. All right, from here, we are going into a twist and crunch. Now, you can do 2 weights, or you can do 1 heavier weight turned sideways. Up to you. The standing version, you're going to twist and crunch that knee in. And the idea here is that you're using your abs, so you're crunching in. We're going to do 30 seconds on each side. The seated version, same thing. You're just going to twist and crunch it in. 1 minute. Here we go. Nice. Leaning back just a little bit to put the weight on that stationary leg. Crunching that other leg in. 5 more seconds on this side. And switch sides. Beautiful, you got it. Ten more seconds. Nice and steady, crunching in, squeezing your little tummy muscles. Almost there. And time. All right, from here, our last exercise is going to be rotate the wheel. We've done this one before. So grab the weight that's right for you. Standing, nice and easy. You're just rotating in one direction, and we'll do 30 seconds each direction on this one. Seated, you do have to bring your legs out a little wide to make sure you have room for that. If you can't bring your legs out wide, you just don't go all the way down extending your arms. You just bring your hands above your knees. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Letting your torso turn. Nice and slow and steady. Keeping the weight moving at the same speed the whole time. Beautiful, you got it. 5 more seconds going this direction. Switching now. This one is another great combo exercise. You're working your core and your upper body. And it helps a little with mobility too. Almost there. And time. Nice work. All right. That is all 6 for our first set. So go grab some water. We have 2 sets left to do. All right, guys, bring it back in. Coming in for that overhead press with the alternating high knee. Grab the weight that's right for you. Seated or standing. Here we go. Press it up. Lift that knee. Nice, looking good. You can make this one easier or harder depending on where you put the weights. So if you want to make it harder, hold the weights up a little higher. If you want to make it easier, bring them all the way down and let them rest on your shoulders. Up to you. I like to hover them just above my shoulders, but that's just my preference. 15 seconds to go. Almost there, you got this. And time. Nice job. All right, moving on to that deadlift with the row. So again, grab the weight that's right for you. Might be a little heavier, might be a little lighter. 1 minute. Here we go. And we're doing a nice wide row this time. A lot of times we do a narrow row because it works your back and your triceps. But those tricep pulses are going to give our triceps plenty of work on their own. So this time we're doing a nice wide row to work our shoulders and our back. "30 seconds down, 30 seconds to go. You got it. Keep in mind, you can always change what weight you're using at any time during any exercise. Just because it's what you started with doesn't mean it's what you have to finish with. Time. All right. Up next, we have that tricep pulse. So grab the weight you want for that, or no weight at all. Remember, you can do this one empty hand. A lot of times I do a new exercise empty hand to start with, just so I can get the form down. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Now, if you're doing this seated, you may have to bring your arms out a little wider, but if you're doing the standing version, try to keep them in fairly tight to your body. You can see my arms are in fairly close here. Halfway done. Take that 1 second pause and then get right back to it. Nice, looking good, ladies. Almost there, 5 seconds to go. And time. Nice work. All right, coming up next, we have the alternating narrow and wide curl with the calf raise. So again, grab the weight that's right for you. You might want to stick with the lighter weight, or you might want to pick up something a little heavier. 1 minute. Here we go. Beautiful. Nice, looking good, guys. Over halfway done. Nice and steady. Taking a little moment on those calf raises, make those legs work. There you go. I like that little hold. And time. All right, up next, we have the twist and crunch. So again, 2 weights turn this way or 1 heavier weight sideways, up to you. Being seated, I like to do the sideways so that I'm not bumping into it. 1 minute on the clock, 30 seconds for each leg. Here we go. Perfect, you got this. Switching sides in 2, 1. Switch sides. Beautiful, crunching in, working your abs. Working your leg. Getting a lot of work here, actually. You guys are doing great. Almost there, and time. All right, last one, rotate the wheel. So grab the weight that's right for you. 1 minute. Here we go. Keeping that nice bend in your elbows. Letting your body turn side to side. Slowing the weight down as it's going up. Controlling it as it's going down. Switch directions in 3, 2, 1. Go the other way. Still breathing. I know I've told you before. I know you know it, but everything's easier when you're breathing. So it's always good to be reminded. And time. All right, that is the last one for set number 2. Go grab some more water. We still have one set to go. All right, guys, bring it in for the last set. Back to the overhead press with the alternating high knee. Assess as you're going into this set. This is the third one. If you're already getting tired, maybe go a little lighter. If you're feeling really good, raring to go, maybe go a little heavier. Grab what's right for you. 1 minute. Here we go. Looking fantastic. Halfway there. Nice and steady. Still keeping a little bend in those elbows even when you're lifting them up over your head. 10 seconds to go. You got it. And time. All right, up next, the deadlift and the row. Roll through those shoulders just a moment. And then grab your weights. Here we go. Remember, nice and wide. You guys keep going. Beautiful. Halfway done. This is your last set. You got it. 10 seconds to go. You can do anything for 10 seconds. And time. All right, next up, we have the tricep pulse. So light weight, no weight, maybe try it with a little heavier weight depending on how you were feeling. Up to you. 1 minute. Let's do it. Remember those small motions, head, neck, and back in a straight line. Halfway done. Take that 1 second pause anytime you need to. Almost there. You guys got this. Keep it up. And time. Beautiful. All right, moving into those alternating wide and narrow curls with the calf raise. Might want to up your weight for this one. Most of us have stronger biceps than we do triceps. Here we go. Nice. Loving the pause at the top of that calf raise. You know, we focus on the calf raise for the calves, but it actually works all through your posterior chain, all the way up into your glutes and your lower back. It's a really great exercise. Ten seconds to go. And time. All right. Up next, that twist and crunch. So grab your weight. 30 seconds on each leg. Here we go. Now you can step your feet out however wide feels good to you. You might notice that I'm stepping the leg that I'm crunching in out a little wider. And you might think to yourself, well, how wide should I go? I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just do whatever works for you. Switching sides now. Beautiful. 5 seconds more. You got this. And time. All right, last one. Rotate the wheel. Again, this is one you can do with weights or without. So pick what's right for you. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Switching side or switching directions in 3, 2, 1. Go the other way. Nice and steady. Keeping that bend in the elbows. Controlling the weight on the way down. Beautiful, you got it. Almost there, and time. Nice work. You guys are fantastic. Grab some more water, and then all we have left is our final stretch. Whew, all right, bring it back in. For our final stretch, starting with just relaxing everything down, letting your arms hang loosely by your sides. Take a nice big breath. And then let it all out nice and loud. And then on this next one, bring your arms up over your head as you inhale. And then gently fold forward as you exhale. Reaching down towards the floor. Pause for just a moment. Let everything relax and stretch out. And then roll all the way up nice and slow. Roll your shoulders backwards and down. Do that again. And then one more time. Beautiful. Take one arm, bring it across your body. Take a nice breath here. Turn your head if you like. Maybe tilt an ear towards a shoulder. Which ear, which shoulder, whatever feels good for you. Bring everything back to center and release. Go to the other side. Take another nice deep breath here. And then again, maybe tilt an ear towards a shoulder. Maybe try both sides. See what feels good to you in this position. Bring everything back to center and release. Maybe make a little note of what felt good there. Go back and do some more of that later. And then from here, you're going to put one foot out in front, peel those toes up off the floor. Lean forward until you feel a nice stretch through your calf and your hamstring. And then, because you guys know I love those little rotations, if it feels good for you, take the opposite hand and reach all the way over to the outside of that foot or leg. And just add that extra little stretch through your lower back, through your side body. Feel your shoulder blades separating just a little. One more breath. And then release and come up nice and slow. Switch sides. And then same thing, peel that toe up, lean forward until you feel a good stretch. And just to make sure we're all on the same page, by a good stretch, I mean you should feel it stretching, so you should feel sensation, but no pain. If you feel pain, you're going too far, back up. And then if you want that rotation, take the opposite hand, reach all the way across to the foot, to the leg, to whatever's within reach for you. Beautiful. One more moment. And then release, come all the way up. Now, if you're seated, this one will be easy. If you're standing, it's a little trickier. So for the seated version, you're just going to put one ankle on the opposite knee and lean forward. If you're standing, you can't really do that. What you can do is put your foot out to the side, roll it up like this, and lean just a little bit. It doesn't open your hip in the same way, but it does open a little bit through your back body. You have to be careful and only go a little bit here so you protect the joints. Or if you have a chair, you can just sit down. That works too. One more second here. And then release. And go to the other side. Being slow and gentle with this one. Being aware of your knees, of your hips, of your ankles. Making sure that nothing feels pinched or painful. One more deep breath. And release. You guys did such an amazing job today. I look forward to seeing you again on Thursday.